the Australian government cares about fish.
They're the kids of the ocean, as many are in schools.
And for this reason alone, the Liberal Party has a strong commitment to conserving the Great Barrier Reef.
We're giving it some R&R. With a mud spa, our shout.
Problem is, it's the first day of school version of public policy. Super keen to start, just forgot a couple of major things.
Morgan, you forgot your pants!
Time to make new friends.
That's right, climate change. It's like my version of a work colleague at the office whose name you can never remember. I agree, hon. Oh, g'day, mate. Alright, mate, I'm gonna come clean. I know you've been here since the beginning, but I can't remember your name. I've been wearing this blindingly obvious badge since day one. I appreciate the effort, mate, but I've got too much on my mind at the moment. I've been preoccupied for years thinking about, why'd my parents have to call me Greg? Couldn't they have called me James Blue? Then if you said my name really fast, it'd sound like James Blunt. I don't know why I'm so upset about this. Probably don't even know who James Blunt is.
94% of Greg Hunt's thoughts. The other 6% is divided into thinking about his two role models in life, Howard from Rugrats and the former Iraqi Minister for Information Mohammed Saeed Al-Sahaf, with anything left over spent on the Reef 2050 plan's brand new initiatives, which basically only deal with runoff from agriculture, will be swamped by the Queensland government's doubling of agricultural production by 2040, and apart from that, already existed. So not only is this document completely useless, it's plagiarism of a former document that was completely useless.
Completely useless? I could start a business with this.
Hobo kindling. For the gentlemanly vagabond who's too snooty for discarded newspapers. Fair enough, our Foreign Affairs Minister, who's clearly incapable of feeling any emotion other than offence, may take offence to that.
What a surprise.
Also took offence with the closest human being the world has to the neutral president from Futurama, Barack Obama, stepping way over the line with this scathing criticism.
All I know is my gut says maybe.
Followed by, I've not had time to visit the Great Barrier Reef, and I want to come back, and I want my daughters to come back, and I want them to be able to bring their daughters or sons to visit.
Never been more or less angry in my life. I'm just always like this.
Because the most evil-looking human being on the planet, who if you made her into a figurine and then released Freddy Krueger action figures the next day, only Waylon Smithers would buy it, excitedly pointing out,
But she's got a new hat.
felt that someone hoping the reef sticks around was a personal criticism, responding with, "We do not believe the reef's in danger."
Okay, can we lock her up in an insane asylum yet? Because that is in all honesty one of the most deluded sentences I've ever heard in my life.
Is it really? Perhaps we're all a little crazy.
In fact, the Australian government is making every effort to ensure the Great Barrier Reef is preserved for generations to come.
No, that's enough. Turn off the tap. Turn off the tap, Julie. Fresh water's different to salt water. It's not going to help the reef. Turn it off, Julie.
We've got a plan. One that Julie Bishop is confident enough in to take offence to even the lightest criticisms of a government's reef management initiative. Despite their own Outlook report identifying climate change as the most serious threat to the Great Barrier Reef, yet leading our country from global leader in the fight on climate change, right down to the worst country in the world bar Saudi Arabia when it comes to climate action, you people make me sick. When even if you exclude the scientific reality that the Liberal Party's grossly outdated and underfunded discotheque version of a 2050 plan only addresses runoff, which in less than half a decade, let alone 50 years, will be as useful as doing nothing.
Learned everything I need to know about being Federal Minister for the Environment from my time as a casual at Supre, where the manager would say to me, "Look, busy, please." Ooh, the online vacancy notification was right. Learn new skills.
The coal industry activity alone approved by both federal and state Liberal governments in a chapter of our nation's history that will most likely be entitled by future historians as Prepare for Trouble, Make It Double, as they both independently saw sense in approving the construction of 5 megaports. And just to give you an idea of what mega means, you know how there's great white sharks and then there's Megalodon? These are ports Mars will be able to notice as Australia cries,
Don't look at me, I'm having an outbreak.
whose very construction, let alone operations, will swamp any improvements in water quality with unprecedented amounts of dredging.
Which is why we've acted to prevent the dumping of capital dredge waste in the marine park. Got it?
Useful initiative, as it A, doesn't include the World Heritage Area and thereby renders the legislation superfluous and useless.
No, it's going to be like putting a very frank sign in the middle of the ocean that's aimed at drifting dredge mud that reads,
Please refrain from settling on all coral and seagrass, alright? This is everyone's reef.
Clearly designed to take attention away from the whole process of dredging, which is perhaps a little more damaging to the reef than the dredge waste itself, as it's a giant claw ripping out the guts of the reef!
Well, what do you want me to do? Paint is paint, surgeon's cut, Nightmare on Elm Street monster's claw. I just wish it was something other than the reef and...
Shh! It's either the reef or you in your dreams, mate. Julie Bishop taking offence to accusations of environmental negligence. Seeing as claiming the moral high ground's never been such a steep battle, points for bravery.
Please press the subscribe button now. Come on.